Plants, parts and functions. Ninth lesson, General Science, 6th class. Basically, we have two types of root system. All the plants can be divided based on root system into two. First one is taproot system and second one is fibrous root system. First, let us see what all are the parts of a taproot system. Here you can see one main root. In taproot system, one main root will be there, and side roots are called as lateral roots, which will have still fine hair like structures which are called as root hairs. So this type of root system which has a main root, lateral roots and root hair is called as taproot system. Taproot plants can be identified by seeing just the leaves and even the seeds. Leaves will have reticulate venation. What is reticulate venation? We'll see later. And if we observe the flower after pollination when the fruit forms, and from the fruit the seeds when they are taken, it will have two cotyledons like mango seed. It can be divided into two equal halves. That type of seeds are called as dicotyledon seeds. So taproot plants will have reticulate venation leaves and dicot seeds. Whereas in case of fibrous root system, roots will arise from one point and they will be like a tuft, a group of fine root hair like structures. There is no main root in fibrous roots. Only a tuft of root is present, that also very fine root hair like structures are present from one part, from one point just below the stem. So this type of root system is called as fibrous root system, and fibrous root system plants will have leaves with parallel venation and its seeds like rice, wheat, it will have only one cotyledon. So fibrous root plants will have monocotyledon seeds, parallel venation, leaves. So these are the parts of taproot system. It will have a main root which is more important, more thick. From that main root only side by side some more roots are arising. So from the main root arises side roots. The term for side is lateral. Lateral means side by side. From the main root, little thin roots will arise which are called as lateral roots. Write the labeling as lateral root. To that lateral roots, very fine hair-like structures are present which is called as root hair. So what all are the parts of taproot? Main root, lateral root, root hair. Now let us see the parts of fibrous root. Fibrous root plants will have the roots arising from one point just below the stem. Just from one point, a tuft of fine root hairs will arise. There is no main root like that of taproot system. So in fibrous root system, we have a group or tuft of very fine, equal root hair-like structures. These are very small hair-like roots. We call them as small hair-like roots. All the roots are of same size and shape. We cannot distinguish one root from the other root, like how we can distinguish in taproot system, the main root, lateral root and root hair. Like that distinction is not there. All roots are of same size and shape in case of fibrous root, and all will be arising from one point in tuft of or group of root hair like structures. So this is about fibrous root system. In your textbook, write the labeling as small hair like roots. Okay. So in fibrous root system, do we find any root, middle root like structure, main root like structure? That question is given in the textbook. No, in fibrous root we do not find. Whereas that middle main root like structure is seen in main root, that is the taproot system. Then you have to compare this middle root with the remaining roots of the plant. In the textbook, on page number 85, some questions are given, children. First question is in figure 2a, that is the diagram of taproot system. How does the middle root look like? This middle root, how it will look like? Can you say? Yes, it will look like a main root, which is different from that of the lateral root. It is thick. It is looking like a main root, and it is different compared to that of the side lateral roots. So how does the middle root look like? It looks like a main root. Write the answer as main root. Second question, compare this middle root with the remaining roots of the plant shown. This middle main root should be compared with remaining roots. When we compare main root with lateral root, main root is more thick, lateral root is little thin. When we compare lateral root with root hair is very fine hair-like structure. It is still more thinner than the lateral roots, and definitely it will be thin than main root also. So thickest root here is main root. Little thin is lateral root. Still more fine, thin hair-like structures is root hair. Third question, do you find any such main root in plants shown in figure 2b? How are the roots of this plant? 2b means which diagram? So 2b diagram is fibrous root system. So in this, do you find any main root? No, there is no main root. How are the roots of these plants? They are fine hair-like structures. All of them are similar to each other. We cannot distinguish one main root from that of side lateral roots or root hairs. All of them are equal in size, shape, and structure. They are like root hairs, fine, small, root hair like structures. Fourth question is, do you find any other difference between figure 2a and 2b? So, on the whole, what all differences we find between this fibrous root system and lateral root system, taproot system and fibrous root system? Taproot system has a main root. Here in fibrous root, we don't have a main root. In taproot system, lateral roots are also present. Here we don't have any lateral roots. There, fine root hair-like structures are present. Here only that type of roots are present which are small hair-like structure. In taproot system, three different types of roots we find, whereas here only one type of roots are found. Okay. In some plants, the main root becomes thick. Like in taproot system plants, the main root becomes thick and has thin rootlets. This main root is known as taproot, and the rootlets are called as lateral roots. Whereas in some plants we find small hair-like roots arising from the base of the stem. This type of root system is known as fibrous root. And here all the roots are similar and there is no main root. So you can pull out the plants from the soil, few of the plants, and you can observe. But take care that you have to plant it back or you should not harm too many plants. So you have to observe the roots of the different types of plants, and we will observe when we uproot any plant some soil particles are sticking to it. Roots will help to fix the plant tightly into the soil. So we cannot easily uproot the plant. So the roots will be penetrating deeper and deeper, and the plant as it grows bigger and bigger, the roots also will be becoming deeper, and it will make the plant to grow big and become strong, and it doesn't allow it to easily get uprooted in severe weather conditions like heavy rainfall or heavy wind. Then also the plants will be standing erect. So, do you know why the roots penetrate deep into the soil? The roots penetrate deeper into the soil in order to allow the plant which is growing bigger to become more strong and to avoid uprooting. It should not, the plant or tree should not fall off on the ground after growing to certain extent. When its roots are strong enough penetrating deep into the soil, then definitely the tree can grow bigger and bigger and it will not fall down and it will not get uprooted. So here are some examples of taproot system you can see. These first four diagrams are taproot system. So these are the ordinary plants which will have taproot system. The main root, lateral root and root hairs are clearly seen. So some of the other examples like carrot, beetroot, radish, these are also the example for taproot system. So here also these are the main roots. Only modification is that this main root is used for eating. It is edible. We use it for eating. It stores food unlike the other types of roots. So here this main root is storing lots of food and it is more useful for us and also some animals. So carrot and beetroot as well as radish, these all are also the example for taproot system. But here specific term is given which is called as tuberous roots. Carrot, radish and beetroot are called as tuberous roots. But definitely they'll come under the category of taproot system. Whereas fibrous root, all the grass plants come under the category of fibrous roots. Examples are paddy, wheat, all the grass family. Just when we observe the seed, it will have only single cotyledon. Just by observing single cotyledon and parallel venation, we can conclude that it will definitely have fibrous root system. Moreover, fibrous root system plants are small herbs, shrubs only. They cannot grow too big like that of taproot system. For taproot system, other general plants are big, big trees. All the big trees like tamarind, mango, neem, all these are the examples for taproot system. So here you can see these examples like beetroot, radish, carrot, and different types of red radish or whatever. This structures in which the root will store food. They are also a category of taproot system, but a specific word is used which is tuberous roots.